How's it going, everybody? This is your Astrology Horoscope for March 11th, 2024. I'm astrologer Alex Skyles, and welcome to the Moon Base. Hope you guys had a great weekend, a great new moon. I'm definitely feeling quite refreshed, and I know it was pretty intense on that Saturday evening, building up to that full moon, and then by the time we got to the new moon, it was really starting to feel like we're moving into whole new territory. And now, thank God, we got some fire going on in the chart now. So we got Mercury in Aries, and today this moon is going to conjunct Mercury in Aries. So this coming into Monday, we could feel quite refreshed. We could feel lit up. We can feel like we're on a whole new track here. We can feel that, our minds and our emotions are definitely more in sync and more kind of, lighting up and firing up together, and Pluto making a sextile over to Mercury and the moon today. Coming into Monday morning, I feel like there's this deep revelation that we're having of damn, we've kind of been underwater for a while. Our minds have kind of been underwater. We've been more inward. Now we're coming out of the womb. We're kicking, screaming, ready to fucking go. So I think a lot of new ideas are going to start to come in. A lot of very exciting energy, very exciting conversations we can start having. And definitely today, we could be very passionate about our ideas and our heart and our feelings and what we want to start, new things. We're ready to start new things, with the sun still in Pisces. I definitely think that, there's still some cleaning up to do. But, think about it. We got Mars now at 20 degrees. These Mars and Venus and Aquarius don't have to deal with any planets in Taurus anymore. We're off those squares. We've gone through a massive transformation with Mars and Venus and Mercury and the sun conjuncting Pluto in Aquarius. The sun conjunct Pluto in Capricorn. But still, that was the trigger point of this transformation we just went through, and we are coming out of the underworld. It feels like today we're coming out of the underworld. And I was really feeling it Sunday night. So, a lot of conversations, just a lot of stimulating, intense, fiery, exciting conversations about we've been forming a lot of these ideas since December, through that Mercury retrograde in Sag. Capricorn and Sag, and a lot of the ideas and a lot of bigger visions that we've had and what we want to really build and the foundation that we are building coming into 2024. But now we're starting to feel that things are starting to really line up, starting to connect. Jupiter's now at 13 degrees, so Jupiter will be out of shadow when it comes to 15 degrees. So when Jupiter went direct on New Year's, that was at 5 degrees. I'm pretty sure it was 5 degrees. Correct me if I'm wrong. So we're getting back here. Jupiter's starting to somewhat come back online. We're starting to see our lives expand a lot more. Jupiter went through hell dealing with a lot of the Aquarius transits with Mars and Venus and Mercury and the sun. And now, we've gone through such a massive transformation over the past month and a half. Our masculine and feminine energy has gone through a lot, and trying to balance that, and also trying to find new ways to connect. And I definitely think how things have changed over the past month and a half, we're ready to start to move forward. And I think today with this moon in Aries, conjunct Mercury in Aries, and now Mercury is just starting a whole new refreshing cycle. We can really start to see our ideas really start to come online here, and things start to really move forward this week. Big time. Venus is at the last degree of Aquarius. So this is the last day and a half or so that we're going to have Venus in Aquarius here. And then Venus is going to move into Pisces and its exaltation. And then Venus is finally going to feel that it's in a much better place, because Venus in Aquarius isn't my favorite necessarily. It's a little bit more detached, a little bit more removed, So I think Venus coming into a good spot here. Mercury now in Aries with this new cycle beginning, and Mercury's leading the way into Aries season. I think things are about to get exciting. And then Sun getting ready for its big conjunction with Neptune. So, we've had a lot of subconscious energy through this Pisces new moon we just went through and the Mercury-Neptune conjunction we had last week. It's been a lot, subconsciously and internally, and definitely with our visions and our dreams and the dream life that we want to create and what we're visualizing for the future. We've really seen it come into play over the past few weeks, and that being connected to our physical world as well. When the moon was in Capricorn making those wonderful sextiles over, we definitely got a glimpse of how our dreams and how our visions can manifest physically, and with that, when the Sun conjunct Saturn as well, like we go back to that when the Sun conjunct Saturn, we could see like how that was really testing us of like, okay, like we can have a bigger dream, we can have a bigger vision, but like how can we make it real? Like you got to be able to pull in the Pisces energy back down to earth, and that's where we go into when planets start moving into Aries. So Mercury's leading the way coming into this week with the moon. This is exciting. This is very exciting fire energy. Like we haven't had planets in a fire sign for a while. So this is good news, and then when Venus comes into Pisces, it'll be good. And we can have somewhat of a healthy balance of having some air signs, having some planets in some fire signs, having planets in water signs. And then we obviously have Jupiter and Uranus and Taurus. So things can start to balance out much better here. Come this week, and then when Venus moves into Pisces, we can finally get some good love energy going on, right? And Venus is exalted in Pisces. To me, I'm a Venus Taurus person. I have Venus on my ascendant in Taurus in my 12th house. 12th house is the house of Pisces. It's in its exalted house and its ruler. Like I love Venus and Pisces. It's one of my favorite transits, that we go through. So I'm excited for that. I'm excited to get out of this Aquarius shit, to be honest with you. I'm over it. So we need to start really coming together emotionally. We felt a little detached and removed, and it's been harder to connect. We've wanted to connect, and I think with the Mars-Venus conjunction, and when they both conjunct Pluto, it was like really transforming in how we connect. And also like giving us like some deep insights of where we've been disconnected and where, it's like, wow, like, our unconscious has really been reflected through these Aquarius transits with Pluto here. So with Venus starting to come into Pisces, we can really come to a much more loving, better place, in my opinion. I'm excited for this week. I'm very excited for this week. We haven't felt this kind of good energy in a minute. And this new moon, I mean, after the new moon happened, we could start to feel it come on, just a wee bit. So, yeah, the moon won't, so the moon will get to 11 degrees today. So, definitely coming in today, we could really start to feel the fire start to come in. Thank God. So, and I think I said this on my new moon horoscope that, it's like multiple planets entered into whole new territories. Jupiter at 13 degrees, Saturn now at 11 degrees, Mars off of its squares at 21 degrees now. So, we're moving into a whole new territory. We're kind of moving out of the chaotic energy that we've been in since Pluto moved into Aquarius. Like we've kind of felt this like, oh, we're on this crazy ass roller coaster just trying to hold on. And now we can actually start to move into a whole new positive territory. April's going to be great. Mercury will retrograde in Aries, so Mercury is now in the sign that it's going to retrograde in. But we're moving into eclipse season as well, so we're going to see some massive changes and shifts in our lives again. But finally, we can get out of this Uranian chaotic craziness, And with all this Neptune energy, too, and to top that off, it's a little wild, So, like, Uranus and Neptune have been really dominating the energy the past month and a half. It's been fun, but now we're moving into Aries territory. I'm ready for it. I'm an Aries, so I'm stoked. Let's see what we got here. Knight of Pentacles. So, it's like, it's definitely, I think, talking about Venus coming into its exaltation, it's like, we've been beaten up, we've been battered through all these Aquarius transits, we got our armor on. We're ready. Like, we're kind of ready for anything at this point. Like, but then again, with Uranus and Taurus and Pluto and Aquarius, we always got to expect the unexpected. But at least with the lessons that we just learned and what we've gone through now, and when the Sun conjunct Saturn, there's a lot of lessons that have come through here and a lot of spiritual deep messages that we've got, with Mercury, Neptune conjunction, and we're going to have Saturn, Neptune, or we're going to have Sun, Neptune conjunction. So there's still a lot of spiritual energy and a lot of spiritual messages coming through, but we're so much more ready to move forward now. And we're really starting to feel that. And by Tuesday, when the moon crosses the North Node, I think it's going to activate that Chiron North Node conjunction. This is the first time the moon is going to be in Aries since Chiron North Node conjunction. So we're really starting to get on the other side of things, And we always got to remember the value of the battles that we have to go through. Because when we're in that moment, it's kind of hard to realize, So this is a week where we can have some revelations and realizations about, like, now I understand why shit was so crazy these past few months, And now we can actually start to be more in our bodies, more in the physical world, doing physical things, So, this is definitely a week of a new opening and closing some doors as well. I think we're all ready to close some doors on Mars and Venus and Aquarius. Let me know in the comments how you feel about what I'm saying here. I'm glad to be here with all of you. If you're new here, like this video, subscribe to the channel, share this video, tell your friends. Find me on Instagram, find me on Spotify. If you want to book a reading with me, the link to my booking website is in this video in the description below, with all the links to all of my platforms of social media, all that stuff. You can find me in many places. So yeah, what a wonderful day. I hope you guys have a great Monday, and I will see you all on Tuesday. Peace.